Hello and welcome to episode 42 of our Ostriv Alpha 4 Let's Play. It is December of 1761. Last episode we did a whole lot of building, mostly down in this area, putting up a new church, some new houses, most of which are still being constructed, and doing some general improvements, as well as fixing our problem with hay supply, and building a few more chicken coops right up here in this area, and those are doing pretty well. So what we'll do in this episode is we'll let this get finished out, and we'll see what other fun stuff we can get ourselves into. There's also a few houses over here that are under construction. I think one of our biggest issues is with food supply, as many of you have suggested. And we did have a viewer ask when we're going to reorient these farm fields. I'm not presently super worried about that. We will get to that in due time, but that is something that will need to be addressed. We do need another field though on this farm, and technically they can get around this corner here. So in the interest of getting them to, actually clear this area just a little bit, we can go ahead and have this connect right here. Don't worry, when we rearrange our stuff, it will be a-okay. There we go. So that field can actually go ahead and get done first. We've got 38 trees to remove, and then we can plant more stuff in there. And part of the issue as well is not just crops that we are growing, like our potatoes, buckwheat, and regular wheat to be processed into flour. It's the stuff that households with gardens are selling. Because right now we have a pretty decent amount of buckwheat and potato, as well as fish and dried fish in most of these areas. But we really could be using a lot more pork products. But I am presently reluctant to add more pigs because those do take up a significant amount of resources. However, with the addition of more potatoes and buckwheat and stuff like that, we can afford to have more pigs actually exist. So I think we'll be in a pretty good spot in the next little bit here to go ahead and add another pigsty and some other stuff as well. But for now, we just have to wait for this field to become usable. This next rotation, this one will be fallow, this one will have potatoes, this one will also have potatoes, and this one will have wheat again. So you might say, if you have problems with not having enough resources from houses with gardens, why don't you build more houses with gardens? Well, that is on the list of things to do. But they take up a lot of space, and they don't really fit the aesthetic that we're going for with a lot of this stuff. So if I want to have an efficient, well-working village, then you kind of have to just bite the bullet and do it. But I want to try to think of a way to have them be just a little more organic. And now, I was afraid slightly of having a lot of this area deconstructed forest-wise, so we might end up losing some of this forest because not all these trees are ready for cut, and they have to be making firewood from something. So we will probably lose a little bit of this, and then we'll figure out as we get to there what exactly is going to transpire with that. And that just underscores the importance of having areas like, well, this one's already configured. Having areas like that you can actually draw from, like down here. These trees you're going to have to leave anyway, so we could put houses and things up here. But I like this area with the houses in the middle of the woods. I think it's fantastic. Of course, people are gradually filling up the cemetery here. We will have to add more of these burial plots as needs require, so we'll go ahead and do that when that's necessary. As far as windmills go, looks like things are going pretty well. As far as flower supply, we can probably check here. Yeah, we don't have a ton. Really don't have much at all. I do appreciate how the river seems to gradually change color during the winter. So I may have misjudged time here, and I don't think this field's going to be ready for this specific planting season. We will see if it ends up becoming available, because it's been down for about a month and a half in game time, and that doesn't bode well for it being ready for planting season, especially now that snow is already starting to melt. So before we get to the rest of planting season, let's just make sure that our other fields are looking good. This is going to be sunflowers, that's going to be hemp, it's going to be wheat, going to be fallow, going to be wheat, going to be fallow. So that's looking okay. Up here we've got sunflowers, we've got fallow, potatoes, buckwheat, and hemp. And then up here, man, it's hard to see. Potatoes, wheat, fallow, and more potatoes. Why are there so many potatoes at every single... Alright, so I guess we're going to buy a bunch of buckwheat this year. We could fill with stuff and make it switch crops, but I don't want to. Man, these lines are annoying. I know, it's like every video somebody has a comment that's like a different answer for why they exist. As far as I can tell, it's pathfinding errors, and a lot of you seem to agree with that. Or saying that people are trying to do a job and they can't access it, or that there's an error when they're trying to do it. Well, the jury's still kind of out on that. We'll see if that ends up getting fixed. But yeah, 31 trees left. There is no way this is going to be ready anytime soon. So let's just preempt any sort of catastrophe here by sending a messenger to all of our towns and just buying all the food we can. And it's also probably time to lower some wages or raise taxes and have people pay just a little bit of rent. I don't think that's unreasonable there. Alright, so we have our first messenger. Yeah, we'll just buy as much of this stuff as we can and sell what we can as well. Raspberries, we got 6,500. We really shouldn't. Or is that how much they're demanding? I can never keep that straight. Alright. Okay, these people have iron. We will purchase buckwheat. We will purchase... let's see, clothing. We have 990. Yeah, we can sell that. Sunflower oil, we will gladly sell. I think that's the rest of what we can actually offload there. We should very soon have another one come in. Yep. The salt lords jealous that I no longer purchase salt from them. Leather will buy, flour will go ahead and buy, sallow will buy, dried fish and potatoes. We're just going to buy all this junk. And we'll sell charcoal. Why not? Raspberries, go right ahead. Clothing, that's for somebody else. And then our last one. Chickens we'll buy because we can immediately make into food. Metal parts, we never have enough of those. I think we can get away with selling that much. Salt we can always sell. Horseshoes we can sell, so that's going to be good. Now, do they have female horses? Yes, they do, so we'll go ahead and buy 2 of those. Actually, probably buy more than 2. We'll go ahead and buy 4. Because, as you recall in previous events, we did lose all of our horses because I can't plan for anything at all. In fact, these are already starting to run a little low. But as long as everybody else has... Hey, and it doesn't look like we do. So that's actually something we really... Well, first of all, we need to save because autosave cannot be trusted. we need to go ahead and build more hay dryers in some convenient areas here. We need to make sure that they are actually being used. We'll get rid of these and move them somewhere else at some point. But for now, we really need to get hay. Yeah, there we go. So that ought to help a little bit. I think, of course, cows don't consume from any hay barracks during the year because they are in the fields fallow, but the horses absolutely do. So theoretically, they have enough to survive there. But I don't like to take chances with stuff like that. So this area, these houses are all finished. This will be, well, they're not all finished, but they're mostly built. We will be gradually getting this stuff all figured out here. Speaking of getting all figured out, it never hurts to have more wells. Because, you know, water is kind of an important thing. Don't need to put one right next to one that already exists. I think we can get away with one right here. It just helps to have a little bit every once in a while where people have the ability to, you know, exist and drink water. That's always a good idea. And we're still pretty barren here. I think we're going to have to put more village houses with gardens. I gotta find a good spot to do it that's not just going to be really stupid looking. I guess we could start, since this area has already kind of been deforested here, we could start by having a couple over here. I guess I could be policing straightness here, but eh. Those two will be fine for now. Since it's already past harvest season, we might as well just go ahead and do that. How's this looking? Okay. That's just for production. This is just for production. Just for citizens, just for citizens. Okay, so that's doing okay. No complaints there. I believe we have, yes, houses over here, right here, right here, and right here are being constructed as part of this area to fill this out a little bit. So the addition of a couple of houses with gardens will always be a help to our food economy, as it were. Oh, that's right, I need to go up here for this one. All right, so yeah, we are very barren in the granary department. We are desperately needing some food to go in here. And these guys are not, well, I guess they're just about at the limit to where they're going to start being able to get slaughtered for food. So that's all part of the fun there. Now, they can't find enough workers because there's not people living here. And I'm reluctant to put houses here because then I have to build another market, and I'm not going to fit more than 5 or 6 houses with gardens over here, so I think I'm just not going to worry about it. And this one, of course, there's going to be a ton of trees up here, but there's only 14 ready for cut. Couldn't find enough firewood. Where have I heard that one before? So I think this is indicative of some other problems we've got going on. School seems to be working well, though. Carpentry, forestry, there's no, they gotta go pretty far to get trees. So this forestry can actually probably go away. I think that's probably, yeah, we'll have that go away because that is blocking our progress here, and we can put some more stuff there at a later time. And this house is all ready to go. People are moonwalking at incredible speed here. Somehow I don't think that's what that's supposed to be looking like here. Are they floating over the ground? Yeah, they seem to be very stuck. This is a new family moving in. And I think they can plant a garden now because it's June. I don't think it's too late. Hopefully they do. If not, then oh well. But that is something we'll have to wait and see, I guess. They're both both parents are unemployed. They're off buying something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It could possibly be too late, or they could have just now arrived. Who's moving out now? Firewood. Okay. Well, it's gonna be that time of year again, isn't it? I thought we were storing firewood up here. I guess not enough. Oh, good. Alright, so after the crash, the game seems to have dumped us back all the way here, which is, oh well, whatever. So I guess we get a second chance to see these people move in. See if it gives us a different family altogether. Probably does. Of course, now our finances are negative because we have purchased a ridiculous amount of stuff this year. Had we not done that, we would still be in the positive. We did raise rents a little bit. So, yeah, they love to do this moonwalking thing here. And of course, this guy just kind of stands by himself. Lots of pathing errors. Lots and lots and lots of this. So it seems like some of the animations are either broken, or they're just glitching out because my town is too big, or there's too many specific things sitting somewhere. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so this is... I can't remember if the names are the same, but it's the same family makeup at least. So we'll let them get to that. I think this well is... Yes, it's that one. And then I think we had one more we placed somewhere else, maybe? I don't know, we'll see. I want these people to plant a garden. I don't think they will. Family's moving out again. Yep, seems to be pretty much normal here. House is vacant. Yeah, people moving out once again. Yep, it's firewood. It's always firewood. Every single year, the same stuff happens. I wonder if I get rid of this, and the trees are not big enough to chop yet. I don't know. We won't risk it. I think at this point, most of the forestries are not close enough to anything to actually do any meaningful amount of work, except these two down here. I guess we can just let this one get up to 12 and this one as well, because the closest trees are these replanted ones. That is very, very annoying to have that continually happen. I don't think we're going to see any gardens this year. Doesn't seem so. Now, who's it this time? Yep, another firewood thing. Does our mayor still live here? Yes. Okay. That's good at least. Most of the original people, I think, are still here. As far as granaries go, our food supplies are a little better. A little better. But our people that are growing their own produce still are not selling. Now, here's these stupid lines again. Somebody's complaining about the Weaver's Workshop does not have hemp or flax. Okay, well, we're gonna get there. We probably grew too big too quick with our farms and such. And everybody makes mistakes. That's just how life works. Let me guess, another firewood. Yep. Well, people, get to work with these trees right here. Yeah, it's just one of those things that we're not really ever going to be able to keep ahead of, because it just kind of happens. All right, that's what you got. We always need iron. We're going to buy buckwheat. We'll just buy all this crap because nobody can ever do their jobs. Sunflower oil we can sell. Nope, we're still not doing any of that. So we are owed a lot of product from different people here. This town owes us 4 separate things here. Actually, Drakachi doesn't, but now we are in negative cash flow, so we can't hire messengers, so to speak. We have to wait for them to come to us. Let me guess, Firewood? Who'da thunk it? Well, I guess it's time to go ahead and let these guys do their own thing. Go ahead and empty this out, and then we'll build a new forestry over here. Once again, I know this is you guys' favorite place to have a forestry built. But I guess we do need to think about clearing some of this land so we can build stuff anyway. We'll go ahead and, man, it's like a mass exodus over here. I guess we have to wait for this one log to get delivered so they can process it and then get on out of here with that. And then we'll just move their forestry down there so they're closer to the wood. And hopefully that will solve a lot of our problems here. Still emptying storage. Let's see if they actually do anything with this log. I wonder why it doesn't say empty yet. Because it should be. There's nothing else going on. Nothing whatsoever going on. Did I make the mistake of having this require tree clearing? Very close. Very, very close. Alright, so that is officially being destroyed. Here is another messenger. Go ahead and get all of this stuff. Metal parts included. Sunflower oil we don't have enough to sell. Salt we do, as well as horseshoes. Alright, so I need this to be taken care of post-haste. I guess there's not a... What tree needs to be removed, though? Because I don't see any in this this footprint here. And I don't think it'll ever get removed. God, now I have to get this thing. Okay, I had it just a little bit too close to those trees. So I guess we have to wait. For now, for these people to empty that resource stack. Boy, that's annoying, because I can't have them get rid of the trees because, you know, the forestry has been deleted. I guess I could have waited. Well, what's the fun of that, right? Where are these two going? Lots of weird glitches happening in the game today. I guess they took their logs and went home. I don't know, maybe the game is just getting to the point where it can't support itself anymore. At least for my playthrough here. Did these people ever plant gardens? No. No. There's all sorts of... These people just moved in and they're already gone. Well. Okay. This area can now be used for cutting down trees. This area is we're about halfway there. Man, this is going to take 800 years for people to empty. Yeah, it seems like the animations for actually doing actions have been suspended, or there's some sort of error happening here. Strange. How are we doing down here at the tannery? Waiting on bark, because we don't have any bark. That's fair. Forestries haven't quite figured out how to do anything correctly. Although now, they should at least stand a chance in a little bit here. Let's just hope it's not too late. Yeah, they're already going to town on these right here. Already have 3 of them slated for demolition there. Now, why does it say this is still in queue to be demolished? Okay, because it is still in queue to be demolished. That's never going to get ever going to get cleared up. That's annoying. It's like watching a train wreck in slow motion. I guess we can just go ahead and turn that all the way up. Because we gotta get firewood done. So maybe in another month or two, these will all be ready for cutting. And that hopefully should solve a little bit of our problems here. Yeah, see, it's just steadily climbing up. We'll come back in a little bit and that will be fully ready. Down here, I think there's well, they were doing okay. They're still doing some of these. That's fine. It's just taking forever. Wow, look at these lines going everywhere. That's really annoying. Now these poor people aren't going to have any firewood, and winter is coming. Yeah, we're back down below 800 people again. So we are hemorrhaging people in the wake of not having access to firewood. What a dumb way to die. Dumb way to kill a village, huh? Well, I never said it was perfect. You gotta give me that. And this still has 3,500 wood. Yep, this is officially a catastrophe. Now, these poor people in the middle of the woods. There's always something happening down here. Well, I think it's probably pretty safe to say that today's episode was a little bit of a failure of sorts in terms of having successful development and building of the village, but that's just the way things go sometimes. You're not always able to succeed, and that's okay. It's important to be able to recognize that and address your shortcomings and figure out how to improve for the future. And the next episode is going to be damage control, pretty sure, because now we've lost 60 or 70 people in this episode alone. And I'm about 90% sure we can fix it just by putting some more forestries in and having them fully staffed. But you know, sometimes you just have those days where stuff doesn't seem to go right. Let's see what Durkachi's got here. Metal parts, we'll buy those. We'll skip that. We'll buy flour, buy sallow. Got plenty of dried fish. We will buy some potatoes though, so that is looking fine. Let me guess. Yep, firewood. Now that's completely empty. Yeah, we are. Yeah, we're out here. we're trying. But even with all the stuff that goes wrong and doesn't have a happy ending, there's still a lot to be proud of with this town. I think is coming along fantastically. We're spanning quite a bit of the map over here. And for next planting season, at least, this field will be ready to go. And probably either after that or the one after that, we'll clear all these fields out and we will make sure that everything is tidied up nicely and have probably a central aisle to get to all the fields from relative ease to the farm. But families are moving out and it's time for us to move on. It is not always fun to have things happen that are not ideal in your game, but that's part of the way things go. And if you cherry pick only the good moments to show people, you're not giving an authentic representation of who you are and your experiences. And I don't like that, so we're not going to do it here. I show you my mistakes and I show you my triumphs, and I would not have it any other way because authenticity is really important to me. I hope it's important to you too. And speaking of authenticity, I authentically care about all of you watching these videos, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thanks for checking in, and hopefully the next one will have a lot more good stuff to talk about. But Gotta take the good with the bad. We're gonna get a move on over here, and we hope you have a great time wherever you are, whatever you're doing. You're valued, you're important, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.